Hello people and welcome to Shifting Gears, and with me today is the 2021 Audi A4 facelift. अब ये A4 जो है ग्लोबली लगभग 50 सालों से बेची जा रही है and even in the Indian market this A4 nameplate has been around for quite some time. अब ये Audi की A4 जो है it rivals the likes of the Mercedes-Benz C-Class and the BMW 3 Series. इस वीडियो में हम फोकस करने वाले हैं अबाउट द इंटीरियर कैबिन ऑफ दिस लग्जरी सेडान. क्या नए फीचर्स आपको मिल रहे हैं, हाउ लग्जूरियस is this Audi A4? We are going to talk about that. But for the exterior design, we have a separate video, and for the drive review, we have a separate video. So do subscribe to the Shifting Gears channel, press the bell icon, stay notified, and do check out the other content about this 2021 Audi A4. Now, this is the facelifted avatar. So let's jump inside and let me tell you everything about the interior cabin of this A4 sedan. So the first thing that you have to notice is that this Audi A4, it is slightly on the lower slung side. तो जब आपको इस गाड़ी में अंदर बाहर मूव करना है in terms of ingress and egress, you do have to make a conscious effort to get inside the cabin of this Audi A4. And once you are inside, it is typical of German luxury cars. Everything is top notch. The quality is fantastic and everything just looks so good. Now let's talk in step by step fashion. सबसे पहले आप नोटिस कर लोगे कि इस इंटीरियर कैबिन में आपको ड्यूअल टोन इंटीरियर थीम दी गई है. You can notice there is a mix of beige and black. There is a lot of use of piano black appliques on the inside, and you also have these satin chrome inserts to add a nice premium touch on the inside of this Audi A4. Now the first thing that you will notice is this leather wrapped steering wheel. कोई भी flat bottom design आपको यहाँ पे नहीं मिल रही है. It does have a slight deep dish kind of a design theme and it fits in your hand quite nicely. It does feel like a big steering wheel और यहाँ पे आपको सभी controls दिए गए हैं which are very easy to operate, और buttons जो हैं वो काफी बड़े भी हैं, and when you touch and press them they have a nice tactile feel to it as well. Also on the steering wheel you can notice you have this silver satin finish and you also have a gloss black applique to add some amount of stylized treatment. इस गाड़ी पे इस Audi A4 के साथ आपको पैडल शिफ्ट्स भी दिए गए हैं. The paddle shifts are on the smaller side. I really wish that they were finished in aluminum. They would have just looked that much better, and if they were a little longer the stocks would have been much more convenient to use, but this also is a good thing. At least the brand is offering that to you. The next thing which you should notice is this full digital speedometer cluster of this Audi A4. Just check it out. यहाँ पे एक view button आपको दिया गया है, and when you press this view button, just check out this digital display. Audi calls this their Audi Virtual Cockpit Plus speedometer cluster unit. It is a full digital unit. It is a color display unit, and these are the two layouts that you get over here. और यहाँ पे आपको दो buttons दिए गए हैं, so you can toggle the information that you see over here. So check it out. Check out the layout and check out the display. So you can check out your multimedia. You can check out the maps on the go, and when you change the view, you get a full display of the map as well. And again, you get other driver information display very easily laid out over here. तो इसे कंज्यूम करना काफी आसान है, सभी चीजें आप काफी आसानी से पढ़ पाओगे, and this button is very easy to reach out as well. तो आपको कोई भी दिक्कत नहीं होने वाली है. Behind the steering wheel, you will notice you have another button over here. This is to reset your trip. So that is also decently positioned, I would say, but it is not completely in your view when you are seated in the driver's seat. इसके बाद यहाँ पे एक अलग से स्टॉक आपको दी गई है. This is for your cruise control. Again, very easy to operate and very easy to reach as well. इसमें भी कोई दिक्कत आपको नहीं होने वाली है. To the right hand side of the steering wheel, you will notice you have the standard controls for your headlamp. Typical German car stuff and very easy to operate again. And on the door trim, आप देख लोगे कि इस गाड़ी में जो इलेक्ट्रिक सीट्स आपको दिए गए हैं, ऑन द ड्राइवर साइड यू गेट मेमोरी सीट्स एज वेल. तो दो मेमोरी फंक्शंस आपको यहाँ पे मिलने वाले हैं. एंड द नेक्स्ट थिंग व्हिच यू शुड नोटिस इज दैट द Audi A4 comes with heated rear view mirrors for your additional safety when you're driving this car, say for example in winters and in monsoon season. Then now let's talk about the MMI, the new touchscreen infotainment that you are getting in this Audi A4. So just check it out. The touch response is fantastic. It feels very good to touch and it is very responsive as well. यहाँ पे आप देख लीजिए, आप जब कार सेटिंग्स में चले जाते हो, you have a plethora of options to check out. So Audi Drive Select में आप देख सकते हो आपको जो ड्राइव मोड्स दिए गए हैं they are very easily mentioned over here. अगर आप इंडिविजुअल मोड सिलेक्ट कर लेते हो तो यहाँ पे आप ड्राइव सिस्टम को एफिशिएंट, बैलेंस या डायनामिक, स्टीयरिंग सिस्टम को आप कंफर्टेबल, बैलेंस या डायनामिक इन मोड्स में सिलेक्ट कर सकते हो. वेरी इजी टू ऑपरेट. और अगर आपको ये ड्राइव सिलेक्ट टच स्क्रीन का इस्तेमाल करके यूज नहीं करना है, यू हैव ड्राइव सिलेक्ट बटन्स ओवर हियर एज वेल, बट आई विल शो दिस पैनल टू यू लेटर. यहाँ पे इस टच स्क्रीन इंफोटेनमेंट पे आपको नेविगेशन भी मिल रही है. अगेन द display is fantastic and it is very bright as well, even in broad daylight. Also within this infotainment system आप देख सकते हो you get efficiency assist. तो आप intelligent coasting जो है इसे activate deactivate कर सकते हो. You can activate और deactivate economy tips जो आपको यहाँ पे on the speedometer cluster भी दिखाई देते हैं. Say for example अगर आप eco mode पे गाड़ी चला रहे हो and if you leave the sunroof open, you will get a prompt on the speedometer display that you should close the sunroof because that is creating some amount of wind drag. इस infotainment screen में आपको काफी सारी चीजें देखने मिलेगी. You can notice you have your parking aid display over here, your functionality for your parking aid, तो उसकी भी setting जो है आप यहाँ पे कर सकते हो. And then just check this out, you have your air conditioning controls over here as well. So आप ionization on कर सकते हो या आप auto recirculation activate या deactivate कर सकते हो. And then lights and vision में जब आप चले जाते हो तो आप इंटीरियर लाइटिंग के लिए भी यहाँ पे सेटिंग्स जो है वो चेंज कर पाओगे. एंड चेक दिस आउट, यू हैव द ब्राइटनेस इंटेंसिटी सिलेक्शन एज वेल, एंड ऑल ऑफ दिस विल बी वेरी वेरी यूजफुल. इट विल मेक योर कार फील दैट मच मोर suitable to your taste when you buy this and when you are owning this car. इस गाड़ी में जो आपको रेन सेंसर्स दिए गए हैं उसे भी आप एक्टिवेट और डीएक्टिवेट कर सकते हो if you wish. Apart from that, you have your driver assistance features over here, which gives you your speed warning and if you want a rest recommendation if you have been driving this car for too long. तो ये सभी चीजें जो हैं they will make your car feel a lot more modern and you will feel like you have bought a car which is up to the mark in today's date in 2021. इसके नीचे आप देख लोगे आपको एक क्लाइमेट कंट्रोल सेटअप दिया गया है एंड आई रियली लाइक दिस. इन टुडेज डेट जब क्लाइमेट कंट्रोल सेटिंग्स जो है दे आर गोइंग ऑन टू द टच पैनल, इन टुडेज डेट व्हेन दीज बटन्स आर गेटिंग जस्ट सो कंफ्यूजिंग, दिस इज वेरी इजी टू यूज, दिस इज वेरी इजी टू ऑपरेट. आपको 3 zone क्लाइमेट कंट्रोल मिल रहा है विद दिस Audi A4. चेक इट आउट, यू कैन सेट इट फ्रॉम हियर एंड once you come up close and once you touch these buttons, just check it out, it has a feather touch to it, but when you want to operate it you have to press this button and it feels so cool, it feels so easy to use, and I really like the overall setup, the overall layout of this climate control system. And you can check it out, you can individually set a different temperature if you want for your driver side, individually set a different temperature for your front passenger and even for the rear cabin, and I really like it. And just look at the illumination around this AC control, and this knurled pattern also feels very nice, it feels very good to touch. And below this you will notice you have a plethora of other buttons. तो सबसे पहले तो ये बटन जो है यहाँ पे इसे देख लीजिएगा, जब आप इसे प्रेस कर देते हो आपकी जो इंफोटेनमेंट स्क्रीन है वो बंद हो जाएगी. So I'm going to press it right now and check it out. If you want you can just tap the screen and you can wake it. उसके बाद आपको मैंने यहाँ पे ड्राइव सिलेक्ट बटन्स ऑलरेडी दिखा दिए हैं. So when you press this you can toggle between the drive modes which you can notice on the infotainment screen. So just check it out, very easy to use again, but these buttons you have to press them a little hard, so you have to make an effort when you want to change these drive modes. इसके बगल में आपको auto start stop on and off करने का भी ऑप्शन मिल जाता है because this car comes with mild hybrid technology. There is a button over here to turn off the stability control, so if you think you are sporty and brave enough you can do that. And you have your parking aids and your parking assistance buttons over here as well. इसके बाद आप देख लीजिए इस गाड़ी के AC vents. Now this is a connected piece, लेकिन ये दो AC vents जो हैं these are functional in the center, and then at the extreme end you can have the air coming out for your front passenger. But this thing over here, it is just for aesthetics. But what I really don't like is that you are going to have to clean this so frequently क्योंकि यहाँ पे dust accumulate होने वाली है. And when I stepped inside the car, the first thing that I did was clean these vents and these channels, because there is so much dust that you will notice in your ownership cycle, but then you are going to have to make peace with it because this is what Audi is offering to you. The next thing that you should notice is that there is a piano black finish over here on the dashboard face. You have the satin chrome insert. The infotainment system is also housed in a piano black finish. There is a piano black finish over here on the tunnel console, on the center console area as well. And then there is this plastic housing for other knickknacks. So just check it out. यहाँ पे आपको एक ashtray दिया गया है, which is Audi branded. Of course, you have these two cup holders. यहाँ पे भी आपको ambient light देखने मिलेगी. You have your engine start stop button positioned over here. I really like this positioning rather than having it behind the steering wheel where it is not visible. आपको ये जो Audi की key दी गई है, this also feels quite premium and it feels very good to touch as well. यहाँ पे आपको एक 12 volt का charging point दिया गया है. Then you have a standard USB point over here. You have another cubby hole to store some stuff over here, and it has a soft padding to it. It has a rubberized floor, so यहाँ पे चीजें जो हैं वो rattle नहीं करेंगी. You can keep your key over here. This is the ideal position to keep your key. You will notice कि यहाँ पे एक jog dial आपको दिया गया है. This is for your infotainment. तो जब आप music controls करना चाहते हो very quickly, this is the best way to do it, I think, because using it from the steering wheel, maybe it can distract you. The passenger can do it from here very quickly. He or she does not necessarily have to play around with the touchscreen. इसके बाद देख लीजिए इस गाड़ी का gear console. Very short, very sporty looking, fits in your hand very well, and you can notice that you have auto hold functionality, you have an electric park brake, and everything else is mentioned in typical fashion. इस गाड़ी में आपको Tiptronic mode भी मिल जाता है, so all you have to do is select it in D mode and then push it to the left hand side, and when you do that, it is now in sport mode, it is now in manual Tiptronic mode. So just push it forward to upshift, push it downwards to downshift. Self-explanatory, nothing fancy over here. इंटीरियर कैबिन की एक और चीज जो मुझे पसंद आती है वो है इसका frameless, rimless rear view mirror. Now this is electrochromic of course because this is a luxury car. आपको दो sun visors दिए गए हैं, both of which get a vanity lamp with this vanity mirror. So very good soft illumination. Roof console पे आप देख सकते हो you have these soft LED cabin lamps. These are also feather touch. अगर आपको buttons का इस्तेमाल करना है तो वो भी ऑप्शन आपको यहाँ पे दिया गया है. And then you have an electrically operated sunroof in the cabin of this car. Now this is not really all that wide and all that big as per segment standards. इतना ही ये open up हो जाता है, and this is something that you are going to have to make peace with because as per segment standards, I think ये थोड़ा और बड़ा होना चाहिए था, but then it is subjective. Some people might be okay with this much opening from a sunroof. Audi के इस A4 में आपको एक lockable glove box दिया गया है. Check it out. There is good amount of depth in this glove box. आपको felt lining यहाँ पे दी गई है, तो अगर आप यहाँ पे कोई hard plastic चीज रख देते हो, it is not going to rattle around. And check it out, इस गाड़ी में आपको कोई भी CD changer नहीं मिलता है, but there is a provision for that in this luxury sedan. Now, if you are giving us a provision, might as well offer it to us as well because we don't want to see a blank plastic applique over there. Now check out the seats of this Audi A4. इस गाड़ी में आप देख सकते हो you have these beige themed interiors. So you have this beige leather upholstery. The seats are very nicely bolstered and you have contrast stitching as well. And I have been very happy on the seat of this Audi A4 as a driver. मेरी height है 5 feet 8 inches. I am seated at the lowest seat height. And this is the amount of headroom that is available, and this is a comfortable place to be. इस गाड़ी में आपको स्टीयरिंग व्हील के साथ टिल्ट एंड टेलीस्कोपिक एडजस्टमेंट भी मिल जाती है, तो आपको अपनी डिजायर्ड ड्राइविंग पोजीशन ढूंढने में ज्यादा दिक्कत नहीं होने वाली है. ये जो आर्मरेस्ट है ये भी आप ऊपर नीचे एडजस्ट कर पाओगे. इट डज मूव फॉरवर्ड्स एंड बैकवर्ड्स, एंड अंडर द आर्मरेस्ट यू कैन नोटिस आपको एक वायरलेस चार्जिंग पैड दिया गया है. एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट यू ऑल्सो हैव another charging socket, or you can call it a cigarette lighter, whatever you would like to use it as. आपको और भी यहाँ पे storage options मिल रहे हैं, and you have a USB Type C connection given under this armrest. This armrest doesn't completely cover up this area, तो जब आप इसे आगे भी push कर लेते हो, you can still access something if you drop it or just lift it very easily. So you know there is nothing that is going to obstruct your movement, your finger movement whenever you are trying to open this up. अब इस Audi A4 में front passenger के लिए भी आपको electric seat adjustment मिल जाती है, and this also makes the car feel a little bit more premium. And in the front cabin, just like on the passenger side, आप देख सकते हो आपको electric adjustment मिल रही है for the driver seat with electric lumbar support adjustment as well. यहाँ पे एक और storage option आपको दिया गया है, and just check it out how big it is. This is a nice and long book over here, this Audi owner's manual, which can be positioned and tucked in over here. तो यहाँ पे आप काफी सारी चीजें काफी आसानी से रख पाओगे. and nobody is going to notice if you want to keep something that is a little bit more expensive and you don't want it to be easily seen inside the cabin of this Audi A4. So I think this is a very good storage management option. यहाँ पे फ्लोर एरिया पे आप देख लीजिए, you have a very good dead pedal, very generous dead pedal, and the controls in the footwell are also well spaced out. तो आपको यहाँ पे इस गाड़ी को चलाते समय कोई भी दिक्कत नहीं होने वाली है. And what I really like is that the floor is black, so it is going to be very easy to clean and maintain in your ownership cycle. Now notice this, to get in and out of the Audi A4's rear cabin, not too difficult. And now I have adjusted this front seat, this driver seat, to my seat height. I am 5 feet 8 inches in height, and just check it out. This is the amount of knee room that is available. ये सीट जो है at its lowest setting मैंने set कर रखी है, and there is decent amount of foot room as well. So this is a comfortable place to be. Just check it out. I have very good thigh support as well in the back seat of this Audi A4, and I can sit over here for a long journey as well, and I don't think I will be too cramped or uncomfortable on a long drive. यहाँ पे इस गाड़ी में आपको ये सन कर्टन्स भी दिए गए हैं. These are very useful in Indian weather conditions. आपको एक grab handle यहाँ पे दिया गया है, and apart from this you also have a coat hook positioned over here, and there is a coat hook over here on the B pillar as well. अब ये जो सीट है यहाँ पे in the rear cabin, it is not adjustable, but the recline angle is quite good and I have no problems at all. You have adjustable headrests for all three occupants at the back in this Audi A4. These are going to offer you good amount of comfort and also protect you from whiplash injury. The seat compound overall in terms of cushioning and the compound, I think there is nothing to complain about. आपको 3-zone climate control मिल रहा है with this Audi A4, so you can check it out. You have an individual setting over here if you feel too hot in the rear cabin or if you feel too cold in the rear cabin. आपको एक और चार्जिंग पॉइंट यहाँ पे दिया गया है. There is no individual USB point, but at least this has been offered, so this is useful. You can notice you get this silver satin finish over here to break the monotony and make this console look a little bit more premium. यहाँ पे लेकिन आप देख लीजिए कि जो टनल कंसोल है वो काफी बड़ा है. So for the fifth passenger, this is not going to be very ideal. I'm going to show that to you, but before that, this armrest that you get in this Audi A4, इसके अंदर आपको एक storage option दिया गया है. It has felt lining, so maybe you can keep your smartphone over here. And you also have two cup holders, which are a little over-engineered, I think, because they look quite cool and they will, accommodate a lot of stuff and keep them in place. But I don't know why someone would think of going that extra mile to design something like this, but at least Audi has done that, so you should appreciate it. And if you want to carry some longer stuff, some extra stuff inside the cabin, आप इस section को इस तरीके से fold भी कर सकते हो. If you want to lock it, you can lock it out as well. तो यहाँ पे आपको इसका lock भी दिया गया है, तो interior cabin से आप इसे access नहीं कर पाओगे, but this is going to allow that extra bit of versatility to carry luggage in the back seat of this Audi A4 or in the trunk of this Audi A4. ये जो सीट बैक है इस Audi A4 का, आपको इस पे 40-20-40 स्प्लिट मिल रहा है, and this section I showed you can lock it up from behind. और ये जो सीट्स है you can lock it up over here as well, क्योंकि यहाँ पे आपको एक की लॉक मैकेनिज्म भी दिया गया है. Of course this is a luxury car, it is a safe car, so you have these isofix tethers as well. ये जो mounts हैं यहाँ पे आप देख लीजिए, but this is something that you are going to lose, I'm sure. But if you have a kid at home, I think you should make use of these isofix tether mounts, make use of child seats rather than holding your kid in your hand, because that is not a good thing to do. That is not the safest thing to do. पीछे के cabin में भी आपको दो LED cabin lamps दिए गए हैं. Check it out. These are also very easy to operate and the illumination is nice and soft. तो आपको रात को भी इसकी वजह से ज्यादा दिक्कत नहीं होने वाली है. It is not going to blind you. Now if you want to sit as a fifth passenger in this Audi A4, just check it out. This is how you are going to have to manage your feet. Otherwise you're going to dirty these good looking seats. This is the amount of gap that you're going to have to maintain between your legs, and this is the amount of headroom that is going to be available in the back seat of this Audi A4. Now I am 5 feet 8 inches in height. I am doing just about okay, but at least because of this headrest I'm going to get some extra bit of comfort when I'm going out on a long drive if I am punished over here as a third passenger in the back seat of this Audi A4. And one more thing which you should notice for your safety, तीनों ही passengers के लिए इस गाड़ी में in the back seat आपको 3-point seat belts दिए गए हैं. But if you are planning to buy this Audi A4 and if you are going to use it as a chauffeur driven vehicle, let me sit over here because this is going to be your master seat. अब ये सीट मैंने all the way forward push कर रखी है, And check it out, this is the amount of leg room that you are going to get. When you stretch out your legs, you get fantastic under thigh support. So you are going to be very, very comfortable in this master seat as the owner of this Audi A4. The seat back is also offering me very good comfort, and the seat cushioning over here is also fantastic. I'm getting good amount of back support as well. So I can be seated for a long distance journey in the back seat of this Audi A4 for sure. Overall, यहाँ पे जो आपको features मिल रहे हैं ठीक ठाक है. देयर इज नथिंग एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी. डोर पैड्स पे भी आपको 1 लीटर की बोतल रखने का ऑप्शन मिल जाता है, सो दैट इज ऑल्सो अ यूजफुल थिंग. तो स्टोरेज मैनेजमेंट के हिसाब से आपको इस गाड़ी में कोई भी दिक्कत नहीं होने वाली है. बट सिंस वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट स्टोरेज, let's just check out the boot space available in this Audi A4. Now this is a luxury sedan, so what is important is how much luggage can you carry on your airport runs. इस Audi logo के नीचे आपको एक request sensor दिया गया है, and the tailgate is very well damped, so when you touch that request sensor it lifts up quite nicely. Just check it out, you have a lot of luggage space. You have these mounts over here to just keep stuff in place if you are carrying some extra stuff which can be thrown around here and there. यहाँ पे आपको ये दो hooks भी दिए गए हैं, so you can easily mount your parcel bags over there, and you have these two nets on either ends जहाँ पे आप extra stuff काफी आसानी से टक इन कर पाओगे. Underneath the floor section of this tailgate, just check it out, you are getting a space saver spare wheel, and this is going to be very, very useful when you are going out on a long drive, and if your tire gets punctured, just check it out. You can notice the wiring harness for your mild hybrid system as well, क्योंकि वो चीज जो है यहाँ पे इस spare wheel के नीचे टक इन कर दी गई है. So that's about it in terms of the space and features that you get in this Audi A4. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think about this A4 sedan? Do you think that this is a good looking car? क्या आपको लगता है that as per 2021 standards, to rival the Mercedes-Benz C-Class and the BMW 3 Series, is this car offering you good enough features, good enough space, and good enough practicality if you have checked out the drive videos and the exterior design videos? Goodbye, subscribe to the Shifting Gears channel, press the bell icon. If you have any other queries, do ask us in the comments below. We will try our best to help you out. See you soon, and always guys, drive safe.